Is excellent. Shard Hunter, session 129. We are back from the holidays, sort of. Some of us are still partying. It is a Pathfinder 2-week homebrew campaign, and has been a while, and what we're doing. So now what, GM?
All right. Previously, our heroes went through the trial of the Lich, Brent, and his final execution for his crimes. It was determined that his father has the appearance of a vile, evil man, but actually seems to be rather straightforward but harsh. And he apparently wants to not have everyone consider him and his family bad just because of what Brent did. And his other son wants to join the Order of the Keys once he graduates from school. Beyond that, the people in the tree have been searching around and gathering information. They've been going through Debbie's room, and y'all have been helping with this, trying to get everything settled. And at this point, the Orders of the Keys members are going over everything they found. And that's where we left off. Because y'all are in the meeting room still. Y'all had met with Mr. Lockwood, if y'all didn't remember. All right. Mr. Lockwood's like, all right, on to business now. We have found that Debbie wrote some letters for you guys.
Oh.
Apparently there's one for each of you. And quick point of order here. Do you want me to basically read each person's to you so that everyone can hear it at home? Or do you want me to send them as text that you can decide to share or not?
I'll let these guys make up their minds. I don't know if you want to just read off Nadep and Hatalis here.
Those are going to be waiting till they get here.
Okay.
You could read mine off. I don't mind. I don't think Debbie would have anything. I don't have anything to hide. I don't think. More knowledge for the group is best, I believe.
Because it's assumed for the most part y'all would end up sharing with each other what you were told. So that's why I figured just reading them out to y'all so that people watching can see them.
Yeah.
All right. Then let me pull that up real quick. He gave a letter for each of you and a letter to the group. So oops, wrong button. Come back here. We'll start with the letter to the group. The letter from Debbie to the team. I'm sorry to do this so suddenly and without any warning. I have letters for each of you that I've been working on, but I never got the chance to finish. I no longer have time to hold off. It is too important, and after the petty man's actions, sorry, but I discovered his plans too late to prevent it, I had to move quickly. I hope that eventually you will understand what I'm doing and one day accept my change. I have to go somewhere that you cannot enter. Maybe that goofy archer could go there, but the rest of you would die if you tried. Also, I have to check on a few things that I've learned from the Kimanoan records. Please do not follow me or try to stop me or anything. I hope to return one day with the information and items I need to find. Sorry, Hatala, I know this goes against what you believe in, but I believe it's important, and besides, I think I have an eternity to learn the ways of magic in a way that I never could before. Also, one day I will contact you and open a special door to the tree. When that happens, I will need you to do what you guys do best and conquer evil.
Yay! Conquer evil.
Definitely what we do best. That was build volcanoes.
But basically, you destroy things, and so if you point you at the evil, that means it worked. Okay. To Winky.
I'm first. Let's go.
You notice the letter for you is rather short, and it repeats repeatedly on the first page, please don't smash me, please don't smash me, please don't smash me. Except I may deserve a slap or two and hope you understand why that this was necessary.
Okay. What?
To Eve. I hope you can accept that I had to do this. Eventually, you may see that this is for the greater good, and no one else was damned for my decisions. I may longer be a good creature, but living in this world, I hope to count you as a friend. To Core, keep an eye out on Hatala. I know this will be hard on her, and even if you feel, but even you, on her and even you, but I feel confident that once you discover what I had to do this for, you will understand it and you know that I would have to react. It was my responsibility to act, even at the chance of ruining my own life. Take solace in the fact that I found a way to do this without damning anyone else, and also that I have found references to your current condition that might be answered while I'm on my journey. Hopefully, I will have answers for you. All right? Letter. It's entitled To Bow Guy. Sorry, I'm not quite sure how to address you or what I should feel about, but hey, keep an eye out for the other guys. I think that your connection to death might give you some insight into this whole non-black and white world that we live in and what I have to do for the greater good. You may have a connection with death that most won't understand, and I can see you are a good person. I've discovered that you might not have to worry about the whole rebirth of your father thing. I think the original you broke the curse of immortality by taking the child of life as his partner. I think he may have actually planned that. I'm not certain. But it seems the family resemblance curse still exists. But other than that, I don't think you have to worry about being a temporary placeholder for another you to take over. Or him to take over. I don't really understand it that well, but I think you may have the ability to call upon some of your ancestral memories because the curse itself has been broken.
That's interesting.
And then there's a letter for Hatala and a letter for Eden. I mean, technically, if you want, I can read Hatala's. I don't have Needip's ready right now, so I can't read it. But I can read Hatala's, but I was figured we'd wait till she gets here.
That's fine.
That's fine.
And that's the end of his letters.
Great. Typing so fast. Like my college truncated.
I've thought about taking notes. Actually, I was thinking about it today because Natala wasn't going to be here, and then I clammed up and got very nervous because I'm a terrible note taker.
All right.
My notes are like one or two words that remind me of a situation.
Yeah.
So it's no help to anybody else.
While the meeting is still going on, Mr. Lakewood says that they have someone who wants to say something, and he motions, and outside, the adventure guy that y'all saw with him earlier comes in. The one that y'all think was the executioner, maybe, because he was the big swordsman that Mr. Brent's father brought with him. He comes in and greets you all. Hello.
Hello, well met.
Oh,
I don't know if any of you know me, but I am a bit of an expert, a hunter of liches. I wanted to say that I've done my investigation, and this place has been the home of other liches, hasn't it?
as we killed the last one that
Did you remove the curse?
we destroyed his phylactery.
Most people who don't hunt liches for a living don't know this, but when a lich lives in an area for a very long time, the whole place becomes tainted with his evil, and there's a bit of a curse left on the vicinity. Anyone who wishes to search for magical power can succumb to the lich's curse and be more likely to become a lich themselves. Basically, the greedier and more out for power the wizard is, the more likely they are to hear the whispers of the former lich that lived there.
And how does one break said curse?
A priest has to sanctify the area.
Do you know if the curse is still here? Is there something you know, you feel?
It has not been sanctified, to my knowledge. As far as I can tell, the evil is still down there.
Defer this over to you.
Um, well, if I can do it, I'll do it.
Yes, you should be more than capable of doing it. Most people did not know this, so I do not fault you for not knowing. But in the future, when fighting a lich, please sanctify the area they lived if they've lived there for long. If you just found one roaming, that's one thing. But if you find one in his home, make sure to purify it.
I feel we should ask word that in the Deadlands up north, there was some lit came into that free. Um, they if if they just left, is they that leave a curse, or is it only if they're killed?
I'm not certain. I always assumed it was them living there that caused it, but it has only been to my knowledge one that has been deceased in an area that it's caused a problem. I've never heard of one leaving an area willfully and moving somewhere else, and whether or not the area left behind was evil. Then again, are you referring to the Deadlands?
Deadlands, yes. They went back to the Blasted Land.
I've heard. I've heard that the Deadlands has been cleansed. That may have been sufficient to remove any taint.
Well, I was about to add another thing to our checklist that we got to go check on.
Mean the
Well,
taint?
it may be worth checking on it. I mean, have you done anything else to promote the health of that area?
Planted some trees?
Well, the trees have started growing back. Other than that, we may have some fey creatures that are purifying the land.
The Fae can definitely sense that taint and get rid of it. Well, some of the Fae may use it, but it's the Fae. You really can't fault them for doing what they do.
Yes, we have some living here as well.
I know, I've seen a few of them.
Tricks and things and stuff going missing.
Remember, there are always individuals who are experts on the hunting of a beast of a certain kind. There are hunters of us who are legendary throughout this world, so if you ever need anything, try to find one of them. There's hunters who seek all kinds of creatures. And he looks directly at you, Cor, saying, but I'd be careful around those who carry too much silver if I were you.
Honestly, not really too affected by silver.
That is good. That means you're not one of the lowly creatures. But I can see you're not normal either. That's why I say be careful around those who hunt the children of the moon. Some of them, they're the more brutish of our kin. Not all of them are as sensible as the rest of the hunters. Most of us hunters know that you have to get to know your enemy and your friend just as well.
Um, does does your god Mayat have any issues with I'll give him that kind of affecting?
The god of nature, I know that god well. No one that I know of has any problem with that deity. Then again, the hunters of the moon, children of the moon, they don't care whether it's good or evil. They just see fur and want to kill it.
That was the name.
Oh, they're furries.
They don't think any creature should transform into any other creature unless there's a magic spell involved.
Okay.
Then again, many of the children of the moon are mindless raging monsters that on a full moon go on a murder spree, so sometimes they're justified.
Ah,
There's even a legendary hunter up north that I've never been able to find, but I've heard of him.
uh,
Most people just call him Angel Boy,
yes.
the hunter of hags.
Ran into a bunch of hags up. Met some folks that might fit your description somewhat. Nice enough.
He is one of the most capable of his kind. Extremely well suited to destroying the evil hags. And I guess in your adventures, you would have the ability to come across many things and people that others wouldn't. Be on the lookout for the Immortal Sage. She can teach you anything you need to know about any beast. If you can ever find her.
Sounds like a group in a car.
That's what I was thinking.
You know of her?
We found somebody fitting that description in a secret room in a library that is very good at occultism. Probably the best that we've found.
If you ever get the opportunity, I would love the opportunity to meet her.
She's not the most sociable of people.
Heard. Her reputation goes wide in the world of the hunter.
But maybe.
If you ever do find a way to give me a chance to meet her, I would love to meet her. You can reach me through the Order of the Keys. They know me.
Can't we just bring her to her now?
There is a portal.
We could. We have one in the town.
Good luck. Want to make that off?
Oh, a car can bring you to her now.
Really?
Really,
How could we
really?
quickly go to where she's living?
I can do that. She probably would be cross with me.
She
Hey.
loves a car.
She tolerates me. That's about as good as I can get.
All right. Do you want to just say for a bit, you and a car and him go down to visit her?
Yeah, we could do that.
We won't actually role play it. There's no point in the role playing because it's just two NPCs talking to each other. Basically, a fanboy and a girl.
Charles just having his own conversation without us.
Okay. So, while Car's off doing that, what does everyone else wish to do? Currently, the knights and the army you amassed are going through the fortress citadel that they've just recently conquered, and they're cleansing it as they go. Since they brought enough priests with them, they've decided to cleanse the evil right away.
Are we good? Are we good?
Sorry, but they found by doing that the marsh recedes even faster. What were you saying?
I was gonna ask you, are we good to split up things?
But it's just a car is off doing something, and he'll join you whenever. You don't actually have to go anywhere because right now you're still discussing.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta cleanse this place.
Yeah, and Eve has to cleanse, but y'all can effectively plan what you're doing, even though the two of them are doing other things. Because there's no need to actually role play her going to do the cleansing, because it's just simply a ability she can do.
Boring magic stuff.
Boring magic stuff.
Guess try to locate some maps of any, or maybe have a car look for maps from the Southern Kingdom of the land out west, surrounding the town of Glen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, Start making preparations, gathering foodstuffs and getting things
One of the
settled.
things you thought of, the piece of paper you found that mentions that this was a mission to do, mentions the Thieves Guild in that area. You may want to discuss with the Thieves Guild in the Southern Kingdom before you actually go exploring, since you're going to have to go to the Southern Kingdom and move to the west to figure out where Glyphrin is.
Say that's where Hatala's gone to.
Actually, yeah, if you want, we could say Hatala went to go talk to him. That's a perfect plan. I'm assuming Hatala wouldn't have any real problems with that.
Now, what little side quest can we put in need of?
I don't know. There's not any bunnies that need their head caved in.
I just want to remind everybody that Needup's going to have to plant his sword soon. Maybe
Yeah.
a week or so.
Yeah, he's got 1 week left. Which means a week to the full moon.
Other than that, I guess still working around town trying to repair things,
Mm-hmm.
make sure everything's settled. Would like to poke my head into the fort down south just to see what is going to become of it. Try to get some air of taking over that area. Guessing the Central King try to incorporate it.
Yes, they had already stated that their plan is to take the fortress and keep garrison there, because they won't need the heavy garrison at the fort they've been using. They can probably split the garrison in half so that each fort will still have a good number of troops, since the main reason that big garrison was down there was in case the dragons attacked. Too many dragons in one spot not to be careful.
Did we get all the forging done?
He's been working on and off for that. He's just at the meeting now with y'all, but he's still working, doing the forging.
I just brought my entire anvil into the meeting room.
We just hear loud
ding,
clangs.
Ding, ding.
Now I imagine this is the few times he's taking a break to get some food while in the middle of forging.
Loud forge. I can't hear anything, y'all. Ding, ding.
I would like to, outside the letter, just kind of poke around Devi's area, see what book had buy and journals.
Okay. You find a few scrolls and things. On the scrolls are indications of Kimanoan outfits. Some of them look like they are original drawings from Kimanoan times. Like one of them looks like a what you would describe in a military circle as a demonstration to give to a tailor for making an outfit for a military person. So it looks like some of the things they've discovered is what exactly Kimanoans dressed like when they were going for military service, what they dressed like in personal times, and what the liches that ran the Kimanoan Empire dressed like. And let me do a thing real quick, and I will show y'all a picture. I played with the generator for a minute. Make a new note real quick. Create journal entry. Nolan's. Okay. Now I can insert an image. Source. Browse files. And this will go not in maps. Images. Browse. G drive. Created a folder to organize where I put all these files.
That'll teach.
And where exactly did I stuff said folder?
That's the problem I always have. So I created this folder to make it easier to access these files, and now I've lost the folder.
Not the one I thought it would be for import.
I hope it's not as bad as when I was trying to find my screenshots of ARC. That took me 3 days.
Uh-huh.
Shouldn't it be in the Steam screenshot folder?
It wasn't going there for some odd reason. It was weird because I was using print screen on my keyboard. So I was like, okay, does it have to do with my keyboard? Yeah. So it was. So apparently, a single file was created outside in user profiles, and I had to go find it through my user profile stuff. It was so weird. But now I know. The more you learn.
Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Get it right.
I just felt like not continuing with it. I wanted somebody else to finish it.
It's not the Joe way. Save, that save? Save button, save. Hey, there we go. Now, show 2 players. Is everyone logged into Foundry?
Yes. I
Alright.
see 5 folks. Oh, that's got like a real like Aztec feel to me.
Yeah.
That looks like
The feathers and
They use Aztec style, like a cross between Aztec and Norse, like heavy metal.
yeah.
that looks like the fallen
Because,
knight in Princess.
it kind of does. Yeah. But with the feathers and the turquoise stones, definitely gives an Aztec feel for sure.
Everything has skull motifs instead of the smiling mouths motifs that the Aztec had.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how the Kimanoans dressed. Also, they found in Debbie's room a staff that looked like the staff in the picture of a Kimanoan lich.
The one at the top?
Yeah.
Cool. That thing looks awesome.
The staff, you can tell, was someone's attempt to make a copy of the staff from the pictures and the images, and it looks like it was what you would gather to be a prototype, because it looks like there was markings from tools on there, and it wasn't a finished copy. And you see a couple other trinkets made out of stone and other materials that look a lot like what they had drawings of the Kiminoans too. It looks like Devi was collecting some of the attire of the Kiminoans. In core, you notice it looks like someone made up a giant cheat sheet for translating common tongue into Kiminoan, including pronunciations of how it's supposed to be enunciated.
So can we just speak Kiminoan now?
If you have a skill point and want to learn a language, anyone can learn Kiminoan with this sheet.
Oh.
I might be down for that.
Yeah, it
That
looks like
sounds
the Orders of the
interesting.
Keys and Devi have been working intently on getting the language translated so that they could all understand the writings y'all been finding constantly. But this sheet seems to be odd because you notice there's a bunch of things on how it's properly pronounced.
Telling you how to speak it,
Speak it to the point that you sound like you're a native speaker.
which is pretty strange. Why would you need that if you're just trying to decipher it?
Definitely, I want to brush up on, make sure I'm getting mine right.
I just imagine this language is like the Sims.
When you say a point, what do you mean by a point? Like a point to use, like skill point type thing?
Yeah, whenever you get a skill point that you can put for a language, you can use it to learn Kiminoan from this sheet.
Alright, I'm gonna add that to my notes.
That your intelligence goes up.
If you get an
Every two
intelligence
levels with
modifier,
intelligence, you get a language.
yeah, every time you gain an intelligence modifier, you automatically gain a language you can learn. But normally it has to be a language that's readily available in your area. Like you can't just suddenly learn to speak Cloud Giant speak because you got a little bit smarter.
Cloud giants. So we would have to upgrade our intelligence.
Well, if you do that, you don't have to use a skill point. Otherwise, you can use a general skill point to learn a language.
Uh-huh.
That might come in handy.
So you can learn languages through skills and your intelligence level.
Correct.
Okay.
And right now, like Core has an understanding of the ancient language, but he only understands about half of the Kiminoan language. With this sheet, Core, if you spend basically a month reading it, after that month, you'll be able to do, even without using a skill point, 75% of the Kiminoan language. But if you do a skill point, it'll be instantly all of it.
No time. You just
On that.
instantly learn it. You absorb the information into your brains.
We already had half of it shoved into his brain, so
Yeah. That must have been slightly painful.
I have
That influx of knowledge.
I haven't.
yeah, it's your necklace that gave you the comprehension of the ancient language.
Only 50% of it.
No, he's got full ancient language, but the Kiminoan language is half made from the ancient language. That's
Yes.
why he can understand about half the words.
So if he took off his necklace, he could only stand
yeah,
like 25% with normal.
He'd understand none of it, like everyone else.
Necklace gave me Ignis, Angelic, and
I mean, if he studied that paper.
No, it's only because he has the necklace that he can study the paper at all, without using
Okay.
a skill point. Yeah, it looks like Devi was brushing up on his speaking of Kiminoan in proper verbiage.
that's something. Once we all get back together, it's something I would share with. That
I'm gonna really miss Debbie.
And like he went out east, may have tried to infiltrate the communities for some reason.
It's a fairly good assumption. He made a Kaminoan outfit, learned to speak like a Kaminoan, became a lich, and said he's going somewhere that y'all can't go, that maybe the deaf guy could go. All right. Anything else y'all want to do for this day?
Uh, my routine for werewolf stuff.
I got a forge.
Well, assuming I'm back with the guy, I think I'm gonna go get something to eat.
Yeah. Okay, that evening at dinner, you get word that another dragon appeared at the other fortress, and the army was able to bring it down.
Get word of what color dragon?
It was a black dragon, but it was not one of the adults. It looks like one of the flying ones managed to escape the other dragons. One of the young ones they lured out. It came home looking for its mother and then was murdered.
Oh my god.
Well, it's a 100-foot long flying acid spitting death machine, so not like anyone cares about that.
But it sounds a little cruel.
It does sound cruel.
Without the context,
Yes, that
You
is
know,
understandable.
I would be willing to trade in an airship to be a dragon rider.
No.
What was it? Was it Dragon Riders of Pern? Is that the book?
Yes, Dragon Riders of Pern.
dragon riders with perms?
I imagine they probably did because they looked epic.
With the wind blowing through their hair.
Dragon Riders of Fabio.
Wow. Can't believe it's not butter.
The dragon breathes. I can't believe it's not butter. It's special attacks to hold your mouth open. You instantly gain 300 pounds and can't fight anymore.
I'm gonna on a note to work it out with Nadep to actually
He does have
wonder if-
dragon form.
at some
Well-
point I think I can get that. So I wonder if me, Hatala, and Nadep all trans dragons, we could then haul the other three folks around.
How would
I mean-
you transform into a dragon?
I know how to ride Midnight. That's,
Does she have wings?
I mean, it's not the same, but it's kind of the same because she moves
You could
somewhat
get a
similar.
wand. You get a wand of polymorph to use on Midnight.
Chickens
Once a
day.
can't fly.
Get a wand of polymorph. Use it once a day on Midnight to turn her into a dragon, so you can continue riding her in the sky.
There
I
you go.
dare you to turn into a giant pigeon.
I still say the favorite joke I ever saw was it was a picture of a roof, like of a garage, little metal one that was dented all the way in, and there's a cat sitting on it, and it says, "How do you know where a polymorph dragon is sitting somewhere?"
That's good. I actually watched Pete's Magic Dragon today, or
Mhm.
Pete's Dragon today, and it's like when he sat down on the nets next to Pete, that's like that's what made me think of it.
Okay. The rest of the day passes without any major inconvenience. The next day, the weather is clear and the skies are good. Now that everyone's back together and Winky is done with his forging, you find out that they have finished searching through the Citadel and they have cleansed it of most of the evil, and it is ready for y'all to examine if you want to examine anything still there.
Oh, come on! I know I'm a nerd, but you don't need to check my stuff. Wait, you're a nerd too? What the hell? Get back!
All the human prisoners have been returned to the Central Kingdom to either find their homes or give them some place to stay, and for now. And the monstrous prisoners have been released. Because there were those hail giants.
Did we get everyone back to where they needed to go? Like the island folks back?
They haven't left yet. They're about to leave.
Eve, do you think we need to go down and see Black Dragons, right?
I mean, we can. We can also just look around.
Okay.
Yeah, well, remember that portal room was where the last Kimanoan Lich made his last stand. Because that was the one that sent Agamar through the portal to get away through a magic spell, and he found his way to the tree.
Then it does.
Okay. Y'all take a trip over to the Brigand Mire real quick. And you see the army troops moving around. They're cleaning up the exterior and the upper floors. And thanks to the help of the wizards and mages and everything that have joined the little army y'all built, they've managed to repair some of the more damaged segments of wall so that they are still good for human purposes. And they've started to set up archers and things like that, trying to get the castle back into operational condition. You do notice that the black dragon is half across one of the walls, and they're trying to drag it off right now. It looks like it was downed with arrows as it was trying to fly away and crashed into the wall.
Would it be helpful to Hatala to upgrade her dragon skill? Dragon skill? The
Well, the people who slayed this would get
dibs, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Basically, the kingdom gets that because their army took it out.
Oh.
But technically, if you want, you can take the skin of that one that was turned into a berserker.
Yeah. I just didn't know if it would be helpful for her.
But his skin is mutilated horribly, and it would probably look like really bad-looking armor. Because basically his entire body was a living scab. She turned him into a monster. And you did get the warning from the other dragons to not be as flippant with your use of materials.
True.
So yes, you could if you want, but again, that one dragon's condition is not very good.
It's worth it.
All right, well, you've made it down to the old portal room. And you can see that the priests have just finished up doing their cleansing. And they greet you, Eve.
Oh.
Greetings.
Well,
And they
Looks like-
walk off if you don't have anything else to say to them.
yeah, no. Looks like they got it covered.
All right. You're now in the portal room, and inside of it, most of the corpses have been moved and set to the side, basically to be cataloged. There is a gnomish corpse, a couple dwarven corpses, and a couple human corpses inside the room.
A single gnomish corpse?
Yep. The gnomish corpse and the dwarven corpses have been there for the least amount of time.
These the ones we determined were part of the other thief.
They're not dressed like thieves, but they do look like they're from the same age as those other corpses. One of them is dressed as a fighter. And the two dwarves, one of them looks like they may have been a cleric, and the other one may have been a fighter.
Let's see any of their I'm gonna check them out and see if I can find any clan symbols. See where they came.
You notice the dwarves are not carrying even their own clan dagger. And based on your limited understanding of dwarven culture, that is actually considered a strange thing because very few dwarves ever go without their clan dagger. It's like their identification, and they willfully left their identification.
Does Nita always have one on him, or?
Yep.
You give it just a general search over all these guys.
Yeah. Based on the outfits, all their outfits are darkened in appearance for easier hiding in shadows. Their gear is fairly ordinary. Other than that, they even have all the shiny metals blanked out so that they don't reflect light. Your best guess, based on the attire and gear, that they were using as much stealth as they could to try to break into this castle while the dragons were still here. And it's somewhere between the last 20 to 30 years that happened.
We can't like read the name on the inside of their pants.
They do not appear to have anything that can be used as any form of identification on them.
I can just ask him.
Ask them.
Winky, this could be your dad or something. It could be. I don't. Do you know your dad?
I doubt it.
He
I
only
thought his dad was a badger.
he only vaguely remembers his actual parents. Hold on, let me send you something, Winky.
Lore.
The gnome and two dwarves.
Yeah.
And a couple humans.
We're gonna do this. Ask the dead. What are the questions?
Do you know Winky Dink?
He might not know his name.
Well, then he wouldn't know him. I guess.
Winky, did you get that?
I mean, if he saw his face, it might like, do you recognize this man?
Do they
Or something.
have eyeballs
Imagine him as
still?
a baby.
I don't think that's my father, guys. But
Your uncle,
I didn't remember my uncle.
your brother,
I don't have a brother.
your nephew.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, I don't know how old you are, so
Like 47.
okay, so
Uh, cousin twice removed, mate's girlfriend,
Not every
brother.
gnome is gonna be related to me. If I looked at every human and said, "Hey, Corey, that's your brother,"
It is.
But Winky, did you read that?
yes, I did.
All right, thank you.
what do you want to talk to him?
No,
I think it'd be interesting if we can get the name of the person that hired them.
Okay.
What was their mission? Well, we know what their mission. Key.
They replaced the key with a fake.
So where's the real key?
Where were they supposed to? Who were they supposed to give the key to? Hired them.
did they actually succeed though? Because this might not have been all of them.
Fake, yeah.
Yeah, the fake gem was in the portal. So the real gem is missing right now. Unless someone else already faked it for them and they were sent there to do it again. Odds are these ones just couldn't get out of this room.
How old are the bodies?
20 to 30 years ago.
20 to 30 years.
Maybe older, it's hard to tell because of the sealed up nature of this room.
That's how old they were, or is that how long they were dead?
How long ago they died.
Okay.
I can ask them what day it is, what day they think it is, what year.
What year did they die?
What if they don't know they're dead?
Or
What-
what year
year
did they set
died?
out on their mission?
What year they think it is?
And what day or year did they infiltrate the fort?
Or what if they were just camping out for like a year?
It'll still get us in like a year.
I don't know what day it is pretty good because that's gonna
Then-
give them the exact
Saturday.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Day. It was a Monday.
What is the date? I'm from the future. What is the date?
What country are we in? What planet are we on? Okay, you're asking way too broad of a question there.
What galaxy are we in, man?
Did you leave any of the drugs for us? Okay, so what are you going to ask? And who are you going to ask? I'm assuming you're targeting the gnome currently?
I'm
Yeah.
assuming all of them would speak common because it's a bunch of different races. So
Because it's common. Yeah.
Yeah, most people understand common. Whether or not they speak it is another thing. But there's more than one person in this room that understands every language.
not every language, but between all of us.
Well, so I'm saying between all of you, all the languages in this room are covered.
Yeah.
So if we ask the gnome, me and you, we got it. If we ask other people, we got it. We got it.
I can also just cast comprehend language beforehand. I'm not worried. Okay, the gnome.
All right. What's your first question?
Who hired you?
Chess master.
Well, that sure makes it a lot easier.
Well, we have a
Okay.
name.
Second question. Who are you supposed to bring the key to?
Chess master.
Figured. Okay.
Are they talking about a car's chest? The thing on his.
Did you say chess master?
Chess master.
Like the
As in
board
chess-
game.
Yeah, as a board game.
What's the date?
No, but I don't know if I want to ask that anymore.
What outfit are they with?
Why?
Like, I can't say anything, guys. I can't ask y'all what I want to ask.
Why?
You got this. When the pressure's on me, it
You can write
sucks.
it
I
down on a
know,
piece of
but you got
paper.
this. But you got this.
Swear.
You can whisper it to me if you want.
Oh, it doesn't matter. We can ask the other two guys when I get the spell back, really.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the question?
Okay. Trying to figure out how to, like, put it. Alright, well, where does the chess master live?
I never found that out.
That's wonderful.
I had a feeling that was going to happen.
All right, and then
I knew live.
back to rest.
I knew live was like a bad word.
Huh?
Like he wouldn't know his home.
Huh?
Exactly.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, he said he never could find that out. We could have asked, do you know anything about where he lived? Anything at all?
Yeah, that's the issue with asking these kind of questions is one, they have to be simple enough to be answered, and two, they have to be within the scope of what someone would actually know.
And this guy could be just one of the grunts that didn't make it.
Like we could have asked what city, where is he from?
Or where
That would lay
they
it.
were
That
supposed
would
to
lay
meet
it down.
up.
Are
Yeah.
there any markings on these armor or uniform or anything like that that could suggest the people that are still here a rank system?
Everything looks like it was designed to completely obfuscate who they are.
Ah,
They
Your
could have
guess
been ranking by
was
height.
it was a covert group.
yeah, because what I was wondering is like maybe we go to the one that's more highly decorated as they might be a captain or the lead.
Based on the answers you hear, and both Core and Akar, your knowledge of military history and society, y'all can assume that this was basically a secret group who would meet in private and not use real names. That's why their person who was in charge was the chess master, and each of them probably had aliases so that no one would even know who the other one is, to protect the individuals involved so that they can do actions that may or may not be legal while still doing something for whatever purpose they were doing it for. It's obvious they weren't stealing the key to go to the place because they could have gone to the place from in here. They were stealing the key so that the dragons couldn't get to it first, is your guess currently.
Yeah, I kind of got that feeling when both the answers were the chess master.
So we just throw these people in that freezer and I'll come back to them.
We could just leave them on the ground. We don't need to throw them in the freezer.
Yeah, they've been dead for decades, so they're not going to get any worse.
They're just.
It's not like they're going anywhere. I mean,
There's like only like 3% meat now. They're just bone.
well, now that I say that, maybe we should secure the bodies. What if they do go somewhere?
What do you mean?
I don't know. This is a magical world. I don't understand all magic. I'm just saying, now that we asked one, this is supposedly a secret group.
You think they're just gonna get up and start walking after they've been dead for like 30 years?
Oh no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that maybe now that we've been down here a couple times, something might have happened to these bodies we want to talk to.
They're gonna turn into a volcano.
Yeah, like yeah, because y'all are good at making volcanoes. Apparently, I wasn't there, but
What level spell was that?
For us,
Which
level 1.
No, the spell you cast. Is it level 4 or 5?
uh, let's see. It's 4.
4th? Okay. I'm trying to pull up the rules on it again. I always like to look at it when we're doing stuff with it as much as I can. What's the actual name of it? Talking Corpse. I keep trying to say Speak with Dead because it's the D&D name for the spell.
We can call it whatever we want.
you don't know how many times I have to say it's like D&D just with different names when I'm trying to explain to people what Pathfinder is.
It's almost the exact same.
It's almost every conversation, but the names are different.
I
Okay.
just say D&D at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as you knew that you're not going into combat, we could say that you have this spell learned 3 times today.
Wait.
So you can cast on 2 more people.
All right, guys.
6
What
more
am-
questions.
You guys ready? You guys ready?
Now,
How many hours do we have?
hold on.
Like 12.
The 2 dwarves are about the same age corpse as the gnome, and the human corpses are hundreds of years old.
Ooh. Ooh.
So we talked to
Ooh.
one dwarf and one human.
We talked to every race. Spread it out a little.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, I was just saying. It was
You
sorry.
pick the dwarf that was a fighter or the dwarf who was a priest.
Priest.
Priest, he'll know more.
Now, what are we gonna ask?
The intelligence of the priest will be definitely higher. No offense to the dwarf.
Where was your meetup spot with the chess master?
Where were you supposed to drop the key off?
We already asked that, and they said the chess master.
That I said who, not where.
Well, yeah, that would be.
Get a.
So I need to ask where.
Yeah, where was your meeting location for
Now,
dropping
Do they have
off?
a name for their group?
The piece of
Your
paper.
mom's house.
Hold on. The piece
Sorry.
of the piece of paper that y'all found listed a tavern that you had to go to. You just don't know where that tavern is. That's what y'all are trying to figure out.
Where is this tavern?
Guys, why didn't we think of that first? Why is it now just popping into our heads? It's crazy.
I don't know.
Okay.
I have a bad memory sometimes.
Where is tavern name?
Is that your first question to him?
That's a weird name for a tavern.
Is that your first
Yeah.
question for him?
Yeah.
Okay. He tells you it's in the name of the gnomish town.
Different.
Oh my gosh. Winky,
Winfrey.
chess master is your dad.
No.
Your uncle. Your nephew.
All right. Question 2.
We didn't get that far.
Well,
You know the name of the tavern?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it, remember,
when
y'all
was
just
it?
figure out which town that tavern was in.
Yeah, now we're
We-
good. We know the town, the tavern.
But then again, that tavern was 30 plus years ago, so it may or may not still be there.
We could ask what the group was called. Because if we know the group name, we might be able to get more information on it.
I actually kind of like that.
Maybe where in the tavern was, just in case.
Maybe. But then again, even if the taverners changed names, it wouldn't be difficult to go through town records and find where. Like,
We're all
Yeah, it's
about
only
the
like 30
archives.
years.
yes, y'all have a lot of experience going into towns and talking to the archivists.
We could just walk up to an old man and say, "Hey, where was this bar 30 years ago?"
I think at this point, when we walk into an archive, they're like, ugh, these
They can tell you.
guys.
Okay, so Winky, what were you saying, Dash?
Ask, what was it? Um,
What was the group called?
yeah, what was the group called?
Okay,
The name of the group.
so what was the name of the group you worked for?
Hold on, I need to look something up real quick.
Doing that, what are we gonna ask the guy? Girl? Whatever.
How much skeleton? We don't know.
Okay.
Actually, you can know.
He says the name of their group was the Checkerboard.
Oh, okay. With that, they make chess checker.
So it's chess master.
Yeah, the board that checkers and chess is played on is the same.
Ah,
Because it's a board of squares that alternate colors.
I always played checkers on the giant checker boards that had the giant squares, so I was very confused.
Okay.
Just because a
Third.
chessboard and a checkerboard have different colors does not mean that it's not the same board.
That's not.
It's just
why I was-
normally they're black and white for a chessboard, but they can be any color. I had a chessboard that was all made of rocks, and each of them, none of them was black or white. They were like gray and dark blackish gray.
The checker pattern is still the same.
Yeah.
It's just the way you play the game is different.
All right,
However, the chess master can still understand how to play checkers because he's playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers.
yeah. All right, third question.
No ideas? Okay.
Oh, I had one, and then I got caught on checkers and chess.
Could we ask what they wanted to do with this, like for confirmation? If we don't have another question.
I have a
Why do
like.
they want the key?
Did they find the original crystal, or was it already changed? That's just my thoughts. Just talking to you guys.
Could ask
if
what their
you-
favorite color was.
Hold on. Just out of problem with what you said, the way you phrased the question, the answer could be a simple yes or no. But what would that mean with the words you just said?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Is I'm speaking. I'm like whispering to the group right
I
now.
know that's why I'm saying
Yeah.
think carefully about what you want to say. Like
Yeah.
one of the you did ask what year it was, so you know exactly how long ago that was. That is one possible question you could think of. Was he a permanent member of the group? Because there's probably not that many dwarves that live in the town. Or was he recruited just for the mission? Knowing his name might actually be useful, but then again, you don't know if it will be useful. Because he may give an alias as well.
What's your real name, dude? I don't know.
Oh, dang it. Or I can't give you that.
I don't think that's how this spelled.
Well, remember,
Mhm.
they have the option to deny the question.
Oh, we've had so many people deny. Like, no.
Oh, come on. I know I'm a nerd, but you don't need to check my stuff. Wait,
How
you're
do
a
you
nerd
make
too? What the hell?
biscuits?
Get back.
No.
So the year.
Yeah, that
We
sounds
know
like a
the
fun.
year, the town, the tavern.
Okay.
So
Yeah. What year did you enter the fortress?
he gives you a year that was 35 years ago.
35 years ago. Dang.
Back when Winky was only 7.
Wait, what?
So this could be your dad.
35 years old.
Not the dead guy,
Yeah.
but the chess guy could be your dad for
Winky's
sure.
sheet says he's 42.
Okay.
So Winky was 7 when this happened.
Which
Sorry about my question mark, Charles. I'm 28, question mark.
Yeah.
That was after my birthday because I was originally 27. I went in and updated it. I had a little snicker to myself when I did it.
what is your age now?
28. I just had a birthday, bro.
28?
That I know of.
Yeah, remember he has no memory, so he could be older or younger.
And I'm an elf,
Oh,
so I just look young.
Yeah, he'll probably look that age till he's in his 50s, being a half
I'm
elf.
sorry.
well, we looking 50 till he's 50.
Why are you sorry?
Because you have to look that way.
Oh, I mean, I get you. I was just saying that. I don't know. Never mind. Continue.
Oh, God.
Okay,
Right, another 3 questions.
Okay, so this human's a lot older.
yes. And their clothing is in bad state of repair, so you can't identify much between the two. Your guess is they both may have been mages.
Both mages. Could these two humans be the first people they sent out? And they failed, and
These
they didn't
people
send
are
anybody.
hundreds of years old.
Hundreds. So do
Remember,
we have,
Agamar was sent away from this place a little over 800 years ago. It's possible these are Cheminoans.
ooh,
Oh, come on. I know I'm a nerd, but you don't need to check my stuff. Wait, you're a nerd too? What the hell? Get back.
what do we first question?
At this point, y'all have not met any actual Cheminoan corpses. So if you ask them questions, they may answer you in Cheminoan. Or they may
Cool.
not understand the question because you're not speaking in Cheminoan.
So
I
should
don't
Court
speak common.
answer the question since he knows half of the Kiowa language?
I don't
But
know.
can he speak it?
He may not
Do-
speak it well enough for them to actually understand, but if he speaks ancient, they should understand ancient.
Do we know anyone who does though?
Core does.
Core does.
I mean, besides Core, like who can speak it fluently?
Core has innate knowledge because of his magic item, and she can cast comprehend language to understand it too.
Okay.
But that still doesn't mean she could speak to them.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
So you might want to use a comprehend language before this one so you can at least understand whatever they do say.
Boop.
And you can try asking them in common, but if they don't understand the question, I won't count that as a question because basically you went in front of them.
They go, they just give you that dumb look like, huh?
Which would, that in itself would be a test. You ask a question in common. If they don't even respond at all, that means they don't speak common and therefore they're probably ancients or Cheminoans or something.
We get a free question.
Core, you
what's the
ready?
other one?
You ready for your questions, Core?
Say it in
I
common
don't know
first,
what to
dude.
ask these guys.
Well, first off, it's like, did they remove the stone? Did they remove the stone from
They
this
were using the
area?
library.
The
Oh, I know.
Kiminoans were here for using the library until it got attacked. The Citadel was attacked by the dragons.
So did they remove the stone, and then these group that came to remove it after removed the wrong stone?
Be what they killed them.
That's my first thought.
Because from what y'all know of what happened here, according to Agamemnar's journals, he was a wizard student working with the last Kiminoans. He was Kiminoan. And when the Citadel was breached by the dragons, the group of them managed to hide inside this room, which is one of their laboratories. They couldn't really go into the library because there was already some of the Kiminoans there. And for some reason, they didn't want to retreat into there because they'd probably be stuck in there for the rest of their lives. His master was wounded and could not go, so his master used a spell to get him out of there. And he was the only one that survived from the fort.
So yeah, that's my question. Was the original stone removed, and where did it go? It's my two questions. Or just throwing that out there for thought.
Dragon.
Yeah, did you know Aganar would be a decent question to ask because that could frame everything else. Do you want to go ahead and start with that?
Seems like a good place to start.
They or hide the library stone.
It's very
Was
specific.
the real key in the portal? That would answer the question. If the real key was in the portal, then... So are you going to start asking in common? When you ask in common, they do not even answer anything because they did not understand the question.
I'll try it in Cayman or ancient. I'll try it in ancient.
You try it in ancient and ask if they know Aganar, and they're like, yes, my pupil.
How did we the library? The library
Was
key
the
in
key in the portal?
portal? Yeah.
Yes, the key was in the portal.
Last one.
You have a Kimanoa that you can ask a question to.
I know. I just.
So, from my understanding, the key was in there possibly when these guys came to take it. So, I think we have the information that we need. Is there something that you specifically want to ask of Kiminoan? Whispering this, by the way.
But they don't understand common, so
Ah, that helps. Still whispering it just in case.
The
You want to know anything about their libraries, how to get in for more information, or
Hold on for a second.
Oh, we already knew it.
well, I mean, any others, any ways to find certain keys or anything like that that the Kimanoans might know that we wouldn't?
All your treasure.
Where's all your money?
You see your message, Core?
Yeah. I'll ask him, why didn't he want to escape into...
The Mad Lich is in there, and we could not go in anymore. He activated the defenses, and now it is dangerous.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna lose you guys for like 8 seconds. My battery's dying.
Do, 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 do. Oh no, Mo! Why aren't you doing it? Quick, run for your life! Ah!
And we're back.
Okay.
The only question I have to ask is, Winky using a flashlight because his light in his room is broken, or does he just not feel like turning it on?
He doesn't feel like turning it on.
Okay.
I'm using a flashlight because the light outside broke.
Oh, come on! I know I'm a nerd, but you don't need to check my stuff. Wait, you're a nerd too? What the hell? Get back!
Fidget toy too.
All right.
Perfect for Wiki.
All 3 questions, and he goes back to sleep.
The last one was Winky. Why do you use a flashlight?
No, was what is a flashlight? Oh,
Well, in gaming terms, a flashlight would be a stone that you throw that makes a credible flash of light when it breaks.
Flashbang.
let's get some of those. Those would be handy.
They're actually in the book.
I want 20 of those, depending on the price.
Aren't they called sunstones or something like that?
I don't know. I haven't looked into that. But yeah,
Imagine
that sounds nice. I want some.
imagine you use those and your everybody's entire screen just.
Come on! I know I'm a nerd, but you don't need to check my stuff. Wait, you're a nerd too? What the hell?
You make called shots to snipe a monster in the eyes with both eyes with one.
Yeah, I just strap it to the arrow.
I'm blind. I'm blind.
Hell, I mean, with my luck, it's probably like I'll hit their foot. Who's that?
You could put
got a glittery toe.
you could put delay on there. You get delayed one. Shoot them in the toe. They look down. They're like, "Ow!" And they
There you go. Give a 2-second delay.
Let's see.
Because hitting somebody in the eye, that's like almost a nat 20. Just gonna say.
As y'all are talking, they start bringing in some more corpses.
oh, we
They
gotta talk to
decided to
someone.
put all the corpses here.
Corpse party.
And now there are a group of 5 more gnome corpses.
Oh no, dude, don't even.
Is that one your dad? Your uncle? Or your nephew?
Do you recognize that one over there? Does he look familiar? He kind of has your facial structure.
These
2
are,
of them are females, and the other 3 are males.
So not your dad.
That one might be your mom.
One
But
of
we
the
don't know.
females, one of the females, their loadout makes them look like a thief. The
Oh,
other
that was
female,
definitely not your mom.
the other female definitely has a short bow and is probably an archer or a ranger or something. You're not certain.
2 males and 2.
3 males and 2 females were brought in.
You guys gonna start doing this to me? Every time we pass a normal dog, you gotta do the same thing to beat it.
That's offensive. Why would I do that?
Well, Nita looks like a pug, and I haven't seen a lot of pugs around, so.
Besides, a pickle jar would be the better thing to ask.
is that your brother?
Because the pickle jar masks.
Oh, and by the way, pickle jars are everywhere.
A lot of pickles. Oh my god.
Well, that's one of the main ways of preserving food is pickling.
Yep. Oh, you can actually cast that spell one more time today.
No.
I guess so. 3 questions, guys.
Which one?
Are we doing the
I say we ask the ranger.
female
The
thief?
female thief, the female ranger, or the 3 males?
I say the ranger because they're going to be in the back of the. Normally, in the back of the situation, it's kind of scoping everything out for information.
Thief may be part of a guild that we can slide into.
That is also a good point. It is also a good point. I belay my suggestion. The thief might actually have more information, honestly. Because we don't know what Hatala does. She seems to know a lot. But we have to dig it out of her like a dagger.
Okay, so you're going to cast it on the thief?
Yes. What guild is she a part of? Part of something.
That's your first question?
Well, I mean, they also had aliases, so they also had
she may have
other
been
lives
hired
too.
on for the job.
True, but I mean, if she does have a thieves guild, she has a life. You know, I would expect her to have a life outside. So that might give us more closely related information.
I think that'd be good.
Be a good start.
What thief part of?
Like birth name?
Yeah, we don't want
We
any
can
more
look that up in
aliases.
the archives.
Oh wait, do we want to know her birth name and alias? That's like a whole covers a lot of group of people that might know her.
Just ask a compound.
No, you have to
well-
figure out how to phrase it in such a way to get both in a single question.
Tell me every single name you've had.
Hey, I kind of like it, but is that very complex? What if she's had like 100 names?
Then we sit there for 100 names.
But if it's too complex, she won't answer. She can't answer. So, what are the
Names
most?
you go by.
Yes, like what is your highest rated names that you go by, or
And
something like that?
if you
Oh.
phrase it simply, like, what are your names? That's a
Okay.
simple
What
question.
are
It's
your
not
names?
too difficult to comprehend.
Or what are the names people know you by?
Just
That's
go
it.
with what. Okay.
I kind of like that.
That's a
well,
very good phrasing of it. Something that someone would answer naturally.
good job, Winky.
Okay. So that's 2 questions that you want to ask. Are you going to wait for the third one to get the answer to those?
Yeah.
All right. First question will be, which one of the 2? The Thieves Guild?
Roll it.
All right.
Roll the dice.
They give you the name of the free country Thieves Guild. The one that y'all are looking for, that you need to go to get answers from.
That was the best code.
Free country.
Yeah.
No, the third question.
And then you ask, what are your names you go by?
Yeah, people know you by.
Names you know by? Mrs. Trapper. Elysian Rumplebunk. That's a traditional gnomish name.
I'm sorry. My name's Winky Dink. I can't laugh.
And Elysian Dink.
God, I'm kidding.
This is your mom.
And Hey Shortstep.
Oh,
Hey,
Bye.
short stack.
People commonly call her Short Stack.
Winky,
So-
this could have been your mom, bro,
or your aunt, or your niece.
or your
I was on my
sister.
knees. I don't have.
She got married. She married into the Dink family.
Yeah, because she had 2 different names, 2 different last names.
It could have been an alias because
We want to just ask
they were
how we
all
were
dead.
related to Winky.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
asked, how are you related to Winky Dink? He's my son.
Oh, your
Wait.
mom's a corpse, bro. We're in the corpse family. My mom's maybe a corpse too. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
Dang.
Technically, yeah. Eve's mom's a corpse as well, so.
Welcome to the family, bro.
Isn't your mom the corpse? I can't remember which one.
Yeah, my mom's dead.
No, it would just be a little bit more emotional if you didn't say, if you didn't ask if every single one of these people was my parents.
But we found her. We found her.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I was just open to the suggestion that this might be, you know.
Now we gotta come back tomorrow with just 3 more and ask all the different melds if they were any of your.
But look, dude.
Ethan.
Hey, just look at this. Your mom was a rogue, bro. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a wedding ring on? Does she have a ring on?
That's a.
You noticed the first gnome you found and this gnome are wearing the same band.
Wait, you're a nerd too? What the hell? Get back!
The first one?
The first
The
one
one
we
you already
asked,
questions for.
Chess Master asked no.
What's your dad?
Play them together.
Huh.
And all this time, I thought you had like badger parents.
I did have badger parents.
Are they alive?
Born of
No,
gnomes.
I'm adopted.
Badgers don't give birth to gnomes.
Hey, look. I'm not a scientist or anything, but I
No,
didn't
you are
know.
not a scientist.
I feel like Hatala would give you a hug right now, by the way. He'd be very distraught.
I bet she would.
And then it would be, we need to cleanse the bodies and do her normal
We
thing.
need to do that to all of these
Definitely.
bodies.
She would
Oh.
probably assume to take them home to be buried in their homeland.
Yeah.
Huh.
Looks like we're going on a trip, guys.
We
You're
were going
going
there anyway.
Yeah, I'm just saying. This is a definite trip.
Oh,
Uh,
Hey, Lincoln, we found your parents.
yeah.
So, do you have any more questions? Because we can sleep.
Uh-uh. Um,
You don't
I think
have
I'm
any
good.
questions for your parents? Like, why'd you leave me? You know, that kind
Oh,
of thing.
They're immune to the effect for more than a week.
Yeah. We can just bring him back to life.
we can
or
also
we can wait
ask
till we
the
get to
chess master.
Glypherin, then ask him there.
We can ask the chess master himself, though.
I mean,
Your
how long will it
grandfather.
take to get us to Winky's
It's not my-
homeland? Will it take a week? We can ask him when we get there.
Work to bundle up bodies. We'll probably do it all of the different nights.
The
Iranian.
dwarven bodies, you don't know where they belong because they don't have their clan daggers. But you also are fairly good friends with at least a couple dwarven groups, so you may want to return them to one of their dwarven colonies.
Wait, you're a nerd too?
There's and came to
Yep.
help.
Yeah, you know the Anturkums, and
Nerd, but you don't need
they
to
actually were nicer to you than many of the dwarves, even though they're not nice themselves.
That for them. Probably not.
Yeah, I think our dwarven clan would be able to find their brethren a lot faster than we would.
I'm making all those preparations.
Hey, Winky, is there any type of rituals or anything from your homeland that we are not privy to?
Uh, I don't remember.
Uh,
Yeah,
I
I
understand.
wasn't really.
he didn't actually grow up in the town.
Uh,
He lived his life as a child there.
did you do any reading or anything like that about your gnomish heritage?
No,
Why?
He's not a prolific reader.
I was raised by badger moles. They don't really know how to read.
Badger moles? Now there's moles in your family?
Badgers, sorry.
Technically,
Oh,
they were dire badgers, but badgers.
okay. I want to try to find some uh communal like death ritual type things for gnomish in the library if we have time, so that we do it properly. I don't want to go to his gnomish homeland and have desecrated something.
Yeah, when it comes to funerary rites, Hatala's your best bet on that. Because her deity is literally the deity of funerals, basically.
Okay, so yeah, I'll spend some time talking with her and making sure that we do everything proper with as much respect as possible. Same with the dwarves and the humans that we found.
Kylie
I know a little bit about the humans. So,
It's gone.
or Winky,
Yes.
text your dad, let him know you need to prepare some funeral rites for.
I think Kyla just did that.
Okay.
and some gnomes.
Just think
and
it'd be
some
funny
humans.
if you said it literally that way. I need you to prepare some funerary rites for my parents.
Myself?
Wait. What's the context? I don't understand.
Don't ask questions.
Just do it.
Do as I
Make sure
say.
that's the next sentence you send them.
Don't ask
Don't
questions.
ask
Do as I
questions.
say.
And if you ask another questions, hey, get the gnomish rituals done.
Dang, Winky just went Russian for a second there. Don't ask questions. Just do as I say.
I'm the boss here.
You come
In
to me
Soviet
on
gnome
my
village, you
daughter's
ask
wedding.
questions. All right. I'm sorry, I have to do it now. The gnomish lifestyle is like Soviets. They're the communists.
That's where it came from. Oh my goodness.
Basically, for every culture, I've picked a lifestyle and chose that to be each culture's how you describe them. The gnomish in Gryffindor and when in the town, they're communists basically.
That actually makes a lot of sense for the Gnomish. That actually makes a lot of sense as far as a societal thing.
Don't give a care about. Basically, your needs are met for everyone in the village.
But I don't care about anybody else.
Yeah, it's like
You're not part of the community, so they're like a cross between halflings and communists.
Which
yeah.
is why nobody came looking for me.
Makes sense. Well, I mean, I'm sure that they probably presumed you as dead. I mean, you were an infant, so
Wasn't it was like 7, dude.
oh
Yeah, he was
wow,
like 7 when this happened.
oh okay. I didn't know how old you were. You never told me how old you were. I was expecting you were an
35
infant.
years ago, I was 7. They died.
Yeah, but that don't mean that you were taken from your family when you were 7.
But they died when I was 7, which was the same day.
And he does remember his family. He does have happy memories of his family, but he was little, so he didn't remember details about his family.
Gotcha. I mean, when you told me that you were raised by badgers, I'm assuming like some Mowgli stuff where you were dropped off in the jungle as an infant and some badgers found you and took care of you.
What?
I'm just trying to tell you, my head. Seriously, you don't know Jungle Book?
I'm assuming that the most he ever told anyone was that he was found on the edge of a river by the badgers.
We've had conversations about him being raised by badgers, but he never said an age, so I assumed. That's what I get for assuming.
Yeah, assuming only toddlers can be lost.
Also, assuming parents would leave their child at the age of a toddler.
Yeah.
It happens more than you
Most
think.
likely, adventurers wouldn't go adventuring if they had a 6-month-old at home.
Yeah, this is true. Unless it was a pressing job that they had to do, which this seemed
One
pretty
would probably
important.
go and one would stay.
Yeah, one would go and one would stay.
Like how any other job works when you have a child.
Yep. And as communists, they wouldn't make the risk.
What if Winky is chess master this time and he's playing us?
I ordered my parents to go to their death when I was 7 years old.
And he don't even remember it.
Ice cream for breakfast forever.
He home aloned himself. And then ran screaming from the house.
Because it was filled with badgers.
What?
And they overtook him and took him to their burrow and made him their own.
I love the horrible dramas that Carr keeps imagining for why badgers were raising a child.
Sorry. I'll stop.
I'm
Eve, if you get the opportunity, you should draw a cartoon of badgers breaking into a house and stealing a toddler.
Just like Home Alone. He did all he could, but they caught him.
I'm specifically not telling you what actually happened so we can hear more. Because this is hilarious.
Oh, this is great. Yeah,
But Winky
I love
does
it.
actually have a few memories of that time.
But he hasn't told anybody anything.
Because no one's asked.
Yeah.
Wait, I've just sat there and had this whole conversation with him, and he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to say anything.
Winky has never volunteered much of anything.
And I'm going to leave it that way because
And
it's great.
He has consistently played his character that if you don't ask him something, he's not telling you. It's actually one of the things that he's played very consistent with Winky.
And that's not just because I forget.
I don't know, man. I forgot all of my life. I don't know anything about me.
Yet you still share so much.
So much.
When I try to figure it out, yeah.
At this point, I know more about your life than I know about my life.
So I assumed you forgot.
I didn't forget nothing. I just don't tell you.
Again, assuming. I'm sorry. Would you like to tell us about what you remember?
Oh, thank you for asking. Well, based off of what I remember, I woke up one day and this man came to the house. Said my parents' stuff, not his parents, my parents' stuff was his, and they were gone, and I ran. That's the most I remember. I could be the chess man. I don't know.
What did
Was
he
a
look
no.
like?
The man was a no,
He wasn't. No.
but you were scared of him because you thought he was a bad man, and he told you he told you your parents were gone and all their stuff is his now.
He just had that aura.
Can you remember what he looked like?
If he, you know how children draw pictures of bad people with like black marks and everything like that? That's all he can think of when he thinks of the bad man. Now, if he ever saw him again, he probably would recognize him, but he couldn't describe him to you because of the way the mind of a child works.
And plus, I'm a gnome, so it's like super imagery, dude.
Sorry that happened to you, Winky. I really am. I guess sometimes losing your memories, it's actually better.
I didn't lose my memory. It's just blurry.
I know, but I don't remember what happened to me. I just woke up and started
I'd rather remember
wandering.
not have questions than forget everything and go looking back.
Yeah, it's terrible. I don't know what's actually true, or I mean, you know my life, my history. It's crazy. I'm still quite confused to this day. But to remember something like that, that's terrible, and I'm sorry.
Right, since y'all are going to be transporting the bodies, Hatala talks to the soldiers and gets word back to the tree and everything that thou should prepare some simple wooden boxes to store the bodies in, like a standard grave box. You know what I'm talking about? Not a regular coffin, but a traveling coffin, so that they can at least be respectfully carried instead of trying to stuff them into one of your magic sacks, which I'm assuming you at least thought of trying to do.
I did not voice it out loud.
I did not think of that. But I would never think of that with a dead person. Why did you think of that?
So, like, how are we gonna transport them? Sack?
Pick
I mean,
them
all their
up.
bones would fit, but that's
We have
probably
giant
not
heart.
respectful enough. I'm not gonna bring that up.
Plus, they're tiny. Like they're gnomes.
So they'd fit in the bag perfectly.
Oh my god.
You just put them in a sack and toss them in.
I imagine if Nita was here, he would actually start trying that
Yes, and
as
that's
soon
why
as someone said it.
would have immediately shut that idea down and talked about getting the proper wooden boxes to transport them in.
They had a magic item stuffed into one of their ribs on accident.
But remember, it's only if a magic item punctures the bag. You can put magic into the bag, but if it's something magical and sharp, you run the risk of exploding it from the inside.
That's what happened before. So if it's like a magic bomb, it can go in there.
Okay. Y'all spend a couple hours asking those questions and getting the bodies packed away. It's now after lunchtime. What do y'all do? At this point, Hatala has returned and told you that the Thieves Guild in the south says the Free Thieves Guild in the west is actually in a town past the gnomish town. It's in one of the free human towns, but they do have a branch in the gnomish town. But your best bet would be to take a letter that the leader of the Thieves Guild in the south gave him or her and present that to the guild master in the free town so
Be
that
right
you
back, guys.
have information and use that information for when you finally head to the gnomish town. So y'all could go straight to the gnomish town, but the Thieves Guild recommends going to the head of the Thieves Guild before going there.
I guess we'll do that.
And there is a road that will take you all the way there from the Southern Kingdom, because they do have trading deals with those areas. But you'll have to travel down the road and walk it on foot. Well, with your cart. And the only information you're given, the leader of the Thieves Guild in the Freelands is a woman who is she's not even a thief. She's actually a powerful former arena fighter.
Mm.
But she's currently the head of the Thieves Guild because her husband was the previous guild master and he died. And all the thieves would rather have her stay than someone else. So while she doesn't know anything about thieving, she knows a lot about fighting, and she has a dark but realistic sense of honor. So their Thieves Guild is very honor driven, even though they do promote thieving. They think of it more along the lines of stealing from those who have excess so that you can give it to those who do not.
Like Robin Hood.
A little bit like Robin Hood, but more selfish.
So they take some for their own.
Because most thieves don't have much, so therefore they need more.
It's like, we're going to take money from the rich, give it to the poor. But we're the poor, so.
They say that each branch in this Thieves Guild is a complete independent entity. They're just aligned because they're all thieves in a free area, and they want to make sure to have a little bit more bargaining power than if they were fully independent.
So each of them have a different rule set?
Somewhat, but for the most part, they share the core beliefs. It's not like she can give an order and everyone in the other Thieves Guild would listen. Just like their free country, there's no king, there's no rulership, they're all free kingdoms. Each of the small Thieves Guild branches are basically their own little fiefdom, but they have a agreement amongst themselves that she is the head of all of them. She just can't order them around. Basically, everyone in this kingdom is staunchly libertarian, where each person has the right to do whatever they want. And that's why they believe in their own sets of rules, but they do know that they have to work together sometimes to stay free. It's just the gnomes took that to an extreme where all the gnomes have to work together to share everything. That's why they're communists. And I'm assuming y'all have done research in the books and everything since you're going to this area of the world. The gnomish city does not have hardly any food growing within it other than the cultivation of mushrooms and other things that are grown underground that they treat as delicacies. But they get most of their food by trade of created items from gem work to jewelry and things like that. Basically, they export a lot of high quality goods and get in a lot of the natural needed supplies for their town. But all the gem cutters and jewelers are members of guilds, and so therefore they share the resources among the guild. Because otherwise it would just be an oligarchy of the people who did the gem cutting had everything. I don't know, is oligarchy the right term? I never can remember the term for that.
Oligarchy would just be like 3 or 4 really powerful people.
Yeah, so the guild of jewelers would end up ruling the area, and so that's why they shared the power amongst everyone. So I guess oligarchy would work. And so long since I remember those individual terms, I sometimes use them wrong. All right. So do you have anything else to do here in the Citadel before you leave? Anything you want to do?
All of my crafting is finished, right?
Yes, you're done.
So I got my medium hammer.
You've got your adamantium hammer, yes.
And the sword was. Oh no, I wanted to try to take the swords down into the forge, the old fire chamber. Fire chamber. Try to merge. I think that was a step we had.
Which swords?
I'm gonna use the katana and try to merge it with the better metal.
Oh, yeah. You were going to replace the metal of the blade.
I'm guessing I'll need help with that.
All right, Core, make a fire check.
Or I don't.
Now, he's doing it magically.
Yeah. Can't do no magic stuff. Only always rage magic badger moles.
There it is.
Just badgers, sorry.
Okay, make one more.
Try to use my hero point.
All right.
Ugh.
Yo, it's my turn next.
Okay. Your first attempt has failed, but nothing has been destroyed. You want to try again? Make a fire check.
Fire! That's what I was just missing the fire part. I forgot I had to yell that out.
Fireball.
Now make one more fire check.
Fire!
It works, apparently.
Roll a d20 to confirm.
Oh no, D20 go.
You didn't
Okay.
say it.
I can't scream right now.
Wait, you're a nerd too? What the hell?
Okay. And you were using adamantium, right?
I believe that's the ad.
Okay. You use your fire magic and the magic of the fire chamber, and the admentium melts down and merges in with your blade, and it basically ends up weaving in between the blade, and your blade has it looks like spider webs of admentium throughout it. And it condenses because it's a katana. The tip of the blade looks like it's pure admentium, and it spider webs thinned out toward the backside of the blade with admentium. Let me go to your sheet real quick. And Winky's too. Munt. Katana. Edit item. Details. Precious material. And it's standard grade, right?
What we could afford.
It has been set to a standard grade admentium katana.
What's
And
cool?
Winky, your hammer. Details. Special material. Admentium. Your hammer has been made of admentium.
Woohoo!
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. Don't forget, Winky, that you have the staff of eyeballs.
Yes,
So you can look around corners and over hills.
I got that tilt.
So y'all now have your adamantium gear, which will help when fighting creatures that have incredible defenses. And if you need to go through doors and objects. Like, doors will be even easier to break now, Winky. You can ignore that the door is made of something hard. Only magic would prevent you now.
Eventually, even that won't be a limitation.
Yeah. Because you have the option to channel your creation power into your hammer when swinging it, which means what y'all learned from the other things, by using creation power, your hammer would be able to break ancient stone. But you got to get a good roll or it bounce like it normally does. Because remember, even the kobolds were capable of digging through it,
Now,
and they were just using their innate creation powers.
I got my I got Earth creation power. Not like I didn't upgrade it, but I did get the cracks at one point.
But you only have the creation powers for air.
Yeah. Now, if I do get the ones for Earth, I could hit the ground, do something like that, right?
You can actually use the creation powers on the ground, yes. And it would have different effects than your creation powers on the air.
I make it seem like I'm so strong, the Earth is moving. Oh, it could do that. Not, I don't know, my own strength.
Excuse me. Yeah, if you gain the feat for a basic elemental command, that would allow you to actually not have to roll the dice. You could just spend a point and make it happen.
Hmm.
And you get a limited pool of points each day.
Is that what Nita has?
Yeah.
They can pick between dice and doing that.
Yep. He can burn a point. Basically, the point automatically gives you like an 18 for your roll.
Not bad.
What is that noise?
Sounds like a child.
Might be him. I hear.
Because I was
Either
trying to.
yours,
Is
it's
it a
either yours or
dog?
mine. My son, we just put him down for bed. He's very upset.
I'd be very worried if it was mine.
Because
My
it'd be raised by badgers?
No, because I live in a
I'm
shelter.
kidding. I'm kidding. Kidding.
My concern is that it was one of the dogs up to something.
But I'm
Okay.
wondering if I'm getting an echo because Granger's room is 2 rooms over, but he is very, very loud. He gets it from his father, Honest. So
I think it's Will because every time I hear it, his thing goes.
All right. So what else do you do? You head back to the tree now. But you
make
went
it to
back,
the tree.
you went back to the tree and did that. So duh, you're at the tree.
But we had to go way down.
All right. So now you're done with that and you're back at the place because it's time for dinner.
Um. Have dinner.
Okay.
I want bacon, eggs, and I want
That's not what
maybe
they're
a little bit of veggies.
That's not what they're serving tonight.
I don't think you get to pick.
Oh,
At this point, there's so many people that they're just preparing a meal time with meals
Guys.
for everyone.
We eat anything. We're travelers. We cannot be picky.
well, I'm not picky. I just love bacon.
But you also said eggs, toast with gold flakes on them.
Wait, what? You want toast with gold flakes on them? I never said that.
Your order was so specific. That's what it sounded like.
I like bacon and eggs. What's wrong with that? I like breakfast for dinner.
Brenner. Now, this day of the week is not Brenner.
Is it soup week?
Ooh,
Like
I
soup
love
day?
soup. Any type of soup. Chili, soup Toscana, just soup that's been boiling in a bowl for 2
Well,
weeks. I'm okay with that too.
Chili's more of a stew.
But isn't a stew like a soup?
No.
I like my soups chunky.
Soups are a lot soup.
Soups normally don't have like a lot of like beans and meat in them. But
Some soups
most
do.
well, most people put chili in its own category. It's not a stew or a soup. It's just chili.
Here's your Yosa Stravia question. Do you know why chili was invented?
I do not. That is an interesting question.
It was invented in Texas for prison usage because they were feeding them spoiled horse meat, and the horse meat was in such bad condition that prisoners would not eat it. So they added peppers and beans and things like that so it got spicy enough that you no longer tasted that it was made of spoiled meat.
Wow.
Well,
Imagine grandma cooking you
The
I'm
like
people,
pretty sure that was
boiled meat
invented
chili.
way before that with
the
the
people,
whole like
the people making it then realized, you know what? If you made this with good ingredients, it might actually taste good. And so that's how the proper chili that we know of came about.
Thank
that actually makes a lot of sense. But I'm wondering if that came from like way on back when they used to have like a kettle on a fire and they just threw whatever in.
It's based on existing technology and things like that. of the time. But when the term that we came to use as chili came from that.
Huh. That's very interesting.
Yep. It's not that basically they couldn't do it if it had gone really bad, but if it had just gone off and it had a bad smell and didn't taste great, then that would cover that up and make it editable again. Because it was
That's
safe.
why.
It was safe.
That's why most
God,
survivalists.
I know I'm a nerd, but
That's why a lot of
wait, wait,
survivalists
you're
they'll
a nerd,
take
too. What the hell? Get back.
like the rabbit and stuff they get because rabbit's not. It kind of has it's tainted meat. Even if you kill like a fresh rabbit, and they'll make a chili out of it or something like that. Add a lot of other ingredients, and they just cook out the taint.
Well, the big problem with rabbit is rabbits don't have any fat on them. So if you eat nothing but rabbit, you will die from it because you actually have to have fat in your diet. That's why
Yeah,
everyone on a mountain one winter died because they were eating nothing but rabbits, and they all went crazy and died from the lack of fat in their diet.
huh. I learned that from alone. Like you have to mix fish with your diet.
Mm-hmm.
More than just fish. There's one
Well,
guy that
fish
had
is
like he had like so much fish shaved up, but he was portioning it out and he lost so much weight that they wouldn't
well,
eat the
yeah,
fat.
because like if you don't cook it and make a broth immediately, all that fat starts to it kind of shrivels and the
Out of the
fat
fish.
goes away before faster than the meat does.
It should.
Like here's another
Anyway,
useless trivia again here. When using deer meat to make sausage or ground deer, they have to add pork fat to it because deer have almost no fat either.
now if you have a good processor, what they'll do is they'll mix beef fat with it, so it actually tastes like actual hamburger meat, and you never even know a difference.
Pork fat makes it taste really good too. So I mean,
Oh, I mean, I'm not gonna lie there. I mean, yeah, but if you want something that tastes just like hamburger meat, there are places that will do beef fat
if
from
you
butcher shops.
if you cook Italian dishes using ground deer, it tastes so much better. Because here's another thing: there were no cows in Italy, so none of their dishes were based on beef.
Yeah, that's actually really interesting.
It was based on goat. All Italian dishes were based on goats.
Now, goat meat. Yeah.
There's your useless trivia for the night.
No, come on. I know I'm a nerd, but
I'm a
wait, take
fountain
my
of
stuff.
useless
Wait, wait,
crap.
you're a nerd, too. What the hell? Get back.
I just call it a master of everything. I've changed the term.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah, no, I've changed it. I'm a master of most things, jack of some.
All right. It's the next day. At this point, most likely your best bet is to start the preparation for the travel you're going to have to make to the other lands.
Planning to walk around it, fell across.
I'm pulling up the map right now.
The map. The map. The
The map, the map, the map.
Do you see the ocean?
Can you see the ocean? Where? Oh, it's right there.
It's just black.
Well, we can definitely see the ocean or the water from what our perspective view is.
Okay. If you see on the map,
I am blind.
the gnomes live in the mountains over here.
I can't see it.
37
Yeah, near
ish.
37, where the mountains are.
Can't.
Can y'all not see that?
Can't. It's black for me.
All right, hold on a second. Let me just move the player token. And do you have your character selected? You wouldn't be able to see if you did.
Yeah, I have mine selected. Who am I supposed to select?
Just unselect, or come over to the here and select the Briggenmeyer area, because that's where the wagon is.
What I do is I left click and draw a square, and it pops up.
If you draw a square nowhere,
Okay, I did it. Where was it?
Right here.
I'm also going to assume you just took the time to get some updated map data, so let me update your map data for you.
Yeah, because that's kind of one of our reaches of map area.
37.
But we would have done extensive research on the town and the area around it as much as possible.
Well, Hatala would have come back with a map of the region, since that's where y'all are going. And this is an area that is mapped. It's just y'all never bought a map for it.
And it probably would have stayed close to here. Or around this area.
Yeah, because we learned about that when we went down to Hatala's mom's house, and as we were passing and going down the river or whatnot, it's like, oh, I'm over there somewhere.
We took a boat to Alice's mom.
Yeah,
Good
because
to
Hatala's
run
mom's, if
down
I'm
to
not
the Southern Key, take a boat across to see all the casket across the.
yeah, because Hatala's mom's down this way, right? Okay, that's what I was thinking.
All right, y'all see the new mapped area?
Yay!
Yeah.
We see the other side of the
And
ocean.
The Thieves Guild that you need to go to is over here.
So far from over here.
Gonna drop.
Y'all could actually sail to 31.
Is there like anything special there?
Yeah, 31. We might be able to miss
It's
the
the
hills.
shortest walk to get to the capital, or to the Thieves Guild.
Yeah, it's only 1, 2, like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 35, 35 feet.
Probably
Do we want to
that in one
conscript?
round.
Do we want to conscript some guys to send the caskets?
It'd be
To the
2.5
gnomes?
days of travel to get to the Thieves Guild from there.
Well, his mom was part of these.
Yeah, true.
No, your best bet for the bodies would be to store them at the tree and then open a portal up to bring them where you finally take them.
Sounds better than Hall.
Yeah, because you don't want to disrespect them by dragging them around through monster-infested country.
Maybe they like that. I don't know.
I mean, they were part of a select few. Maybe they like it. Maybe it gives them a sense of adventure again.
I like they would feel it. They're dead.
I don't know. Maybe their souls are still here. Who knows?
But basically, 37 is a human town, and it's right outside the door of the gnomish town.
So this is the gnomish town.
The gnomish town, is in
Oh,
the
it's
mountain.
right here? Oh, it's in the mountain.
Yeah,
It's
the pocket
literally
right there.
in the mountain.
It's this place that looks like a little two people. If you zoom in far enough.
Yeah, right
This
there.
is- that was lost and wow.
One of the reasons this area is so wild is that there's a lot of mountains and woods and hills, and so it's not very conducive to having a single government running everything because they have trouble getting back and forth. You basically have to send armed guards anytime you go from one city to another. And in the south is a great desert down here. And then to this area is the Great Ocean. Why are you constantly making pointers over there?
It was the war between me and Winky. To see who had the last marker left.
Anyways, the reason that this ocean is not used over here is this ocean is constantly like a year-round hurricane out there.
Hurricane.
Basically, no one can sail directly across the ocean. They have to stay close to shore, and then once they get up around here, they can sail back to the land, come forward, go out to the islands, and up and then around. That's why sea journeys take a very long time, because no one has ever successfully sailed straight across.
So people have tried.
Yes. There's a reason the ocean is soup.
Bet my dad could do it.
He's dead. I don't think he could.
Well, it
Well,
wouldn't kill
he
him.
made it way back up north. Who knows where he's been?
He basically left from here
Ah, gotta find it.
and then sailed to here. Come on. Why is it moving? There. And he hugged the coast as well.
It's like when you're sailing, you're like a blind person. You have to follow the wall.
Yeah, literally, the ocean is too dangerous to get. Basically, if you get out of sight of land on this ocean, odds are you may die. So all
Re-
ship crews keep fairly close to shore.
Is that how we had to head to Eve's
Hey.
Island?
Guys, I think we're going to need a bigger boat. Where is that from? Where is it from? Where is it from? Come on, Charles. I know you know.
Which time? It's been used in so many different movies, but that's a Jaws quote.
Ah,
So many
there it
different
is.
movies.
That's the original in my view.
And
We're
another
gonna-
thing that y'all know of, somewhere to the west across the ocean is supposed to be the land of the ancients.
The elves.
Well, the elves are on the north landmass across to the west. Because it's known that there is a route where you can take the coast all the way across to the west. That's where the elves and the dwarves' homelands are. Okay, so we have options. Do you want to start journeying, or do you want to wait until Hatala and everyone is back to actually start the journey? I'm
Well,
okay with us journeying until there's combat, and then we need to wait if
uh,
there's combat.
we can get up to 31.
If there's nothing like super, super important and story driven, I'm good with it.
Because I'm okay with saying that anything the two of them that weren't here wanted to do before we left was done before we left.
I say we go for the sorry, at the capital.
We have to go to. We can teleport down to 5 or 15, and then board a ship that's heading over to 31.
Yeah.
You may have to spend some money because there may be not anyone going directly there, so you may have to hire a ship.
I'm
We
down
loaded,
with
we
that.
good. We got
Or-
racks on racks.
If you wanted to wait forever, you could send word to your ship to have them head down there.
I don't want to wait till I'm 43.
You might have to wait a whole week or two before they could get down there. Because they have to sail all the way down the east coast. Because they're currently at the island.
Yeah, I say we
Yes.
teleport to one of the southern kingdoms that we have teleportations to.
5.
And get a ship from there.
Yeah. You can teleport to Asham Se and then get a vessel that'll take you all the way around.
All right.
I'm sure that's a route they know pretty well.
Most of the mountains in these areas are inhabited either by gnomes, dwarves, or monsters.
Hey, we check all of those boxes in our party.
Who's the monster?
Nita.
And at sometimes core, but it's only
Oh,
on
yeah,
moons.
Cor and Nita both apply.
I wouldn't really call them monsters. They're pretty
They're werewolves
well,
and a werdorf.
yeah, well, I mean,
Have you
they're
ever
pretty
seen a
aware of
werdorf?
their faculties though, so I wouldn't call them monsters.
So y'all
Look
are
up
gonna
monster in a
down the
dictionary.
thing.
Since you know what a monster in the dictionary means, what does it mean?
A big, scary-looking creature. Or a
Is that-
tiny, scary-looking creature.
Is that what it means in the dictionary?
All right, hold on. Enough talking. Before y'all head out, do you want to buy anything in preparations before chartering your boat?
Sunstones.
No. Listen to him.
I'm getting flashbangs, baby.
We're gonna get a flashback at all times. He's just gonna go pyromaniac on top of midnight running around throwing these things down.
My only purpose as a ranger is to disrupt, destruct, and kill. So, flashbangs, disrupt. Makes it easier
Man,
for you guys to do what y'all got to do.
but what if we get disrupted?
I will do my best not to make sure that happens. And then I pat my trusty bow. This bow right here allows me to pull back a shot if I know I missed.
But does that stop the flashbang from going off?
If it's attached to my arrow, I would assume so. Never tried before.
Apparently, the Sunstone is a D&D item, not a Pathfinder item. In regular D&D, it's just a standard consumable you can do.
That's pretty crazy.
Consumable.
I'm
Convenient?
surprised that they don't. I'm surprised that they don't have a crossover because there's so many similarities between the two.
Pathfinders is called a luminous rock.
Say yes to buying something, but I'll probably have to just message you.
No problem.
We'll shout that out to everyone.
Did I ever get my arrows? Or
Yes,
we
you
got
did.
my arrows. I don't know if they ever
Yeah.
showed up. Okay, so I'm not even gonna worry about looking at my inventory.
They're not even in 5e anymore. They were like, they were in one of the D&D editions. I remember them.
Oh man, we're getting nerfed at every channel.
Well.
Yep.
Whole D&D world's starting to get shook up. Maybe Hasbro may be going out of.
They deserve to, considering how bad they run things.
I think the only thing that we're saving them.
Oh.
What game?
Baldur's Gate.
I thought that Paizo's owned both D&D and Pathfinder.
Paizo's
Competitor.
What does Paizo own?
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder.
uh, Dungeons and Dragons by Wizard Hasbro.
Oh yeah, Hasbro's having some trouble.
They went downhill once Hasbro got them.
Yeah.
Hasbro are trying to do the whole
Well, Hasbro's is taking them
OGL
down with
license.
them. Yeah. Hasbro's taking them down with them.
Mind if we take a bio break real quick?
Wanna just
Sounds
wrap
great.
up?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to turn off my camera for a second.
You could just go to.
I'm still at the end, so it doesn't make a difference in the video.
But what if I
Yeah.
turn mine off?
Well, then that's going to mess everything up.
Isn't there like a thing where none of us?
Imagine that
Shit.
said Sunstone was in Forgotten Realm.
I'll be right back.
That's what it was.
Oh wow. Do you imagine that? Oh, y'all having a conversation. Y'all have the same color name.
Not mine.
Back in the 90s.
Okay. Sorry about that. Also, I have to get some cookies.
Jeez.
Got a big old bag of cheap cookies from the store for Christmas. It's like shortbread cookies, all different kinds. None of them are very good. At least the chocolate ones are decent.
If I have a chance, read the chat. Good conversation, though.
Read the chat.
Twitch.
What chat?
Twitch chat.
Twitch chat.
Anyone there tonight?
Just G, imagine that.
Just G.
And then
But
maybe some
good
lurkers.
conversation.
I read them.
Oh, Monsters and Mazes movie came out. Yeah, that was interesting. I actually remember that, but I was too afraid to play when I was younger because most of my community was a bunch of jocks, and you know there weren't very many nerds in my community at the time. That's what happens when you grow up in a small town that literally only has a flashing yellow light.
Okay. I'm assuming y'all did all your shopping, everything is needed, and everything is ready to go, and y'all have chartered your boat. You remember how much money y'all have left?
I'm pretty sure none of us did the baking. Unless
You've
I
earned
want
enough
to. I
profit
want to
from the
say
trade.
it's. I want to say it's between two to 5,000 gold.
You've earned enough profit from the tree in the last month or so to get the fee for chartering the boat, so we're just going to say that's a wash.
That'll work.
oh, we did it for free.
Just let me know what it's like on the day, and I have the sound queued up.
We head out to sea.
Good day, bad day, rainy, no rain.
Light rain.
Light rain.
And the captain doesn't want to spend the night anchored, so his crew is set for traveling all night. So at dawn of the next day, I've already gotten over here. It's been a fairly uneventful trip so far.
Well, I'm so bored.
Progress time again. Oh,
Hey, Winky, if you're bored, I challenge you to an arm wrestling match.
I don't know if we should break all of their tables.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, let's not break their tables. Is there a metal table around?
We'll break that one too, though. Like,
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, we need ancient stone.
plus I doubt they have a metal table. Metal's so heavy on a boat.
Well, I mean, you said you were bored, so I figured.
Plus, having metal on a boat where storms normally happen, lightning.
All right. Well, how about this? I teach you how to shoot a bow.
I didn't know how to do that. I've
Okay.
had a boat.
Well, okay. I don't know. I'm just trying to keep you from being so bored, man. What do you want to do? What can we do? I know we're riding for.
I'm
Say
just
what?
gonna just sit here.
All right. On the dawn of the next day, the skies clear up.
on cue when you said the dawn, the skies clear up, the seagulls started calling. That was
Yep.
funny.
Call.
And this morning, you're also passing through the straits into a very safe bay, which is one of the few places you can go outside of the site of the ground. The night sets. There's only a little bit more travel, and you'll make it to the dock. There is a lighthouse in town, so they're not worried about coming in at night. And it is a uneventful night as well. So hold on while I set the time. Maybe.
Maybe. Is this like a bustling town that we're coming up to?
Well, it's a thieves guild town.
No, this is a very small dock town.
Oh yeah.
This town is mostly for trading goods from the forest and from this kingdom to the other nations around. Because it's safer to go by water than it is by land in a lot of places here. Apparently, there's not an easy way to change the time. That's dumb. Can I click configure? Nope. Okay, then I have to click it 1 hour at a time.
Click. Auto clicker. No, don't do that. That's terrible.
No, it actually acted really funny when I tried clicking it fast.
Yeah, auto clicker. You'll click way more than you actually want.
If I click more than 3 or 4 times in a row, it actually goes back in time. It's
Weird.
running a little laggy for the button.
Button lag.
Because it's about halfway through the night, y'all arrive in town at around 1 a.m.
Mm.
You arrive at 1 a.m. and you can already feel small drops of water starting to come down, and the sailors tell you it's probably going to be a rainy day.
It's stay at an inn. Have any rec?
All right, hold on a second, because I have to name this town.
County
County McTown face. No.
McDonald's.
McTannels. I like that.
Baked Alaska.
Bar.
Barnes. And Nobles. Don't forget the pause.
I like that. That's funny.
.exe couldn't find town name.
The name of the town is Imru.
MRU?
EMRU.
Emru.
Imru.
The name of the.
Hold on, I haven't got all yet.
We're going to a place called. Then to that place, we're gonna go to another place called. And our final destination will be.
Alright, let's add another one. What was the name of the gnomish town again? I can never remember it.
Liferin. Arian.
Winkyville.
Glypherin. And let me get a name for the capital of the Thieves Guild.
I wish I could put.
On the map. That's what I'm doing.
I don't see him.
Oh, you don't see those?
I can see him up central.
Well, I'm adding them now is what I'm saying.
Ah, okay.
Like, do you see Glypherin and Imru now?
Negative.
That's weird. Hold on a second. Oops, that's the wrong button to press. That was dumb. Don't do that. Do I delete that? Okay, delete. And maybe I haven't made them public. That might be a problem. Let me see if that's.
Just slightly.
Alright, let's see. Permissions. Figure ownership. Guess that is. All players observer. Figure ownership. All players observer.
Oh, I see. I see some.
Do you see 3 maps?
I see
Towns now?
Glytherin. Yeah, I see them. It's a little box you gotta hover over, like a token, kind of.
And I,
Uh,
Maybe you need to click the wagon.
Either that or draw your square.
Can you unselect the wagon? And you might just need to refresh your map. Because it is an update that occurred. Yeah, it was even saying you weren't even on the game
oh, nice.
until you refresh.
Oh
Once
wow,
you-
yeah. You're not even on the map.
Do you see them now? Ah,
I see them.
You figure it out later.
now we're gonna have to take the path from Imru to Seviot. Sebuyut.
She buy it. Sorry, I may have pronounced that wrong, but it looks like she buy it.
Okay.
Basically, one of the things I also do is all the regular towns are named based on a real culture on Earth. All the towns down here are named on based on randomly generated Egyptian names.
They're a Soviet culture with Egyptian names. I
No,
think it's great.
no. That's only the gnomes.
Only the gnomes. Okay, I thought this was a predominantly gnome-ish area.
Gnomes themselves are communists. And it makes perfect sense. Russians are constantly fiddling with things, making things, blowing things up, doing all kinds of crazy things without regard to their own safety. That's a gnome.
I mean, I can't argue there.
Gnomish tinkerers are always messing with things.
Can it now be canon that Winky can do that Russian dance with like the
Sure. Dun, 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 dun. Hey! Dun, 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 dun. Hey!
I mean, he's so low to the ground. Like, how does his legs even do that?
Remember, he's perfectly proportioned like a human.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, but like,
He's
it's so
small.
fast. It's so fascinating, like how that even happens. It's like he's sitting on the ground, but he's not. Whoa, that's crazy.
it doesn't really change much, just the resolution is a little smaller.
That's a good one, Winky. Okay. Y'all make it off the boat, and you find a place to stay for the rest of the night. The town guard is a little wary of letting y'all in, but you came off of a registered boat, so they don't really have any problems with it, even though they don't know you. They just tell you in the morning, please go to the constable's office to basically check in with the reason for your visit. Because down here, everyone's free to do anything, but strangers are required to at least check into town. And you're muted, Cor.
Stranger danger.
Got us a local tour guide. It's around.
Mostly spent most of the time underground.
Yeah,
So
the only time he spent in this area was leaving it.
and even when I was up on the top part, I was just mostly by myself in that one little house.
All it
Okay.
gives you.
Time you wake up from the inn, it is torrentially raining.
Perfect day for traveling.
You head to the constable.
Yes.
They don't really want to know anything other than the fact that are you planning to do anything dangerous to the town?
Maybe. No, okay.
They
Passage.
tell you to live free and do not harm anyone else, and you'll be free to move around. That's basically the motto of these people. They believe that everyone's free to do whatever they want. It's just everyone should be informed of it. And they ask you, do you have business in town, or are you heading somewhere else? Because they may be able to offer help.
Oh, we're heading south to Sibiut.
Ah, yes. The only thing you need to be careful of is when you leave the forest, or the path between the forests. It has been cleared, but there are still monsters who decide to shift from one forest to the other occasionally.
But we'll be fine.
Any
Usually they do it during rainy days, so that's why you should be careful.
specific type of monsters that are common to the region?
No, just all the standards.
Car, you got that right. All the standards.
Oh yeah.
Basically, anything that lives in a forest can occasionally come walking down the road to cross it. Most people can leave. They don't want to fight most of the time, but if cornered, they will fight. Now, there are a few that will fight no matter what, but there's not much you can do about that. Normally, it's around the mountains you have to be the most careful. There is a large amount of rocks in the area.
Meaning golems?
They'll fall on us.
Keep your eyes to the sky.
Throwing rocks. Got it.
One of them actually laughs. Do you not know what a rock is? I'm not talking about the stones you find on the ground.
You mean like a golem?
Oh, the bird.
Yes, a giant bird that can carry an
ROC.
elephant.
Oh yes, those. Thought you were talking about stones.
They've been known to snatch entire carts and carry everyone off to their food nests.
Maybe we could tame one, use it as a flying tool. Get a whole bunch of them.
They're extremely well known for not being tameable.
So not a Quetzalcoatl type.
Are they killable?
Yeah, but they're also very hard to kill because they don't come down unless they're trying to eat you. And then what they'll do is they'll just simply grab something and fly off and never come back.
All right, lassos to the ready. Slit the
We
throats.
haven't even left town yet.
They can basically swallow a human being-sized person whole.
They could
And
eat two of me for a snack.
Kind of like chickens. You know how chickens have the little gizzards? They can grind things up. Whatever they swallow gets ground up inside. That's why they're known to eat metal and things like that too, because it doesn't disturb them.
Ah,
So an armored knight is just simply a canned good waiting to be eaten.
so any ways of evading their sight?
No, just be on the lookout. They have good eyesight as well, and they know what archers are.
So we see one. Shall we run to cover? Is that what you're saying?
Usually you threaten to shoot them, and they generally don't attack because they prefer to get targets that don't notice them.
Copy that.
But if one's particularly hungry, even that might not be enough.
So I have a conversation with Midnight to follow the party as I don't look at the ground at all. So you guys are going to be responsible for looking for ground targets.
We could travel underground.
That would take forever.
Needip can literally make a pathway in like seconds.
Like I said, 6 foot at a time underground, that would take
6
forever.
foot at a time. You can make like mile pathways in seconds.
It would take him a long time to travel straight underground because you'd be going at less than a quarter your speed.
We've been through this, Winky. He can't just. He's not a mole or a
I'm just saying,
badger.
if we wanted to have complete safeness,
Yes, you could.
we could do it.
You definitely could.
Absolutely, that's a fallback. However, the length that we have to go, it's not feasible.
It might be a good strategy to think that if you see a rock, that you go underground real quick.
Yes, absolutely. However, doing that the whole way, it would take us forever.
think if I just start swinging my hammer aggressively at it, it will run away.
Well, you do have your extendo hammer.
Not to mention, once per day, he can move up to 500 feet to smash something.
I could just teleport up into the
I mean,
sky.
It doesn't
honestly,
specify whether it's in the
you're
land or
like
the sky.
you are OP right now. You have so many abilities that you don't use. I don't
It,
understand why you don't use them.
I use a lot of abilities all the time. There's
It's
just
just
so it's just
opportunity.
so many. Cause like the extendo hammer, I don't want to. I like getting up close because I can multiple attacks. It's
Oh yeah, absolutely.
so
I fully understand that. But
the
when we want to
ex,
knock something out of our way, you just don't. You just get up in its face.
And kill it.
yeah, it's the same effect. Oh,
I mean,
but
but
better.
like if we want to take out an enemy and push it out of the way so that I can start shooting it as it's on its way back. I mean that's I'm just saying I'm talking strategy here, okay? That's all I'm doing. Talking strategy. However,
Let me ask you this: if I ran
okay.
up and started beating on something, how fast would it die compared to me bouncing it back and then you constantly shooting it?
Well, see, the thing is like if you bounce it back, I can shoot at it while you would target another component. You know, I'm saying like just strategically, I could shoot that one thing while you're focusing on another, and then when it
But
comes back
but
to you, you just
there
smash it in the
has
face. You know?
there has never been a situation where that is usable because you've
Oh,
always been in a different spot where I am at. I'm always on the side
yeah,
fighting
you're
something
always right in the
in the
line of
front.
my arrow fire, and I can't do anything.
There's
So
also another enemy right over there that you could choose to shoot at, but you choose to shoot at what I'm hitting.
yeah, because you usually target the one that's the strongest enemy. But if you just knock the strongest enemy out of the way, we can clear out everybody else, and then we all focus on that one
But then
enemy.
you have your highest damage dealer not hitting the strongest enemy.
Is that what I'm supposed to do?
Or
To
one of your
assume
highest damage
that
dealers.
y'all are riding in the cart, he's riding on midnight, staring at the sky, and y'all are arguing, and Winky's just standing in the back of the cart going,
He's gonna drown again. Make sure he keeps
I
his
mean,
mouth closed.
who's the one that has actual military experience here?
You don't know.
To be honest, I don't think you either.
I have the warlord ability. I mean, I think I have a little bit of a military experience.
He was trained by Eric.
I'm older than you. How about that? You respect your elders.
Well, I only think I'm 28, but I could be 148. Who knows?
Thought we figured out the time frame when we
Not you.
found you as a boy on this. You know
Yeah,
when
but
when your
we
dad
don't know how
left
old we don't know how old I was when I was
left
on
the
the
Deadland.
shores, though. Yeah.
But by the time y'all are ready to have dinner, your conversation ends.
Thank God.
Okay, the night passes with nothing that you can perceive being a problem happening, and right as dawn breaks, something occurs, and we're gonna stop right here.
It's a rock.
Due for closing.
Yes.
Okay.
Tonight, I am giving Winky 100 bonus experience for being on top of things tonight. Although I should probably extract 50 from that from all the arguing, but I'm okay with that.
Hey, okay.
But Winky was the man with a plan tonight.
Man, something just changes when I'm sick.
And then we're going to give 100 bonus experience to Eve for solving the mystery of where did Winky's parents go? Apparently in a castle.
Apparently, we passed their dead corpses like 8 times before we figured it out.
Well, we just had to talk to them. That's all.
All right. And that will be it for tonight. When we start, we'll be rolling initiative.
Ooh.
I hope it's a rock. I want to see if I can fight one.
We have the abilities.
But thank you everyone for joining us. Till
All right.
next week, probably.
See you next time.
See you next
Peace.
year.